Okay, hello 6way staff members. Today in this video I'm going to be demoing my trivia game design exercise. So I started with this query, I'm sending a query to my server, and then the query says scoreboard is true. In that case it leads to the game board. If I set this to false, which I don't have to worry about on the web page, but just for the demonstration, I get the answer and the question in a tuple format. But yeah, going back to the true query, that's gonna give me the leaderboard, and then we have the usernames, number of correct, incorrect, and then they're sorted from the highest score to the lowest score. So in the user, note that we don't have the username that's with user1, and that's the one that I'm gonna be using for this demo. So if I go to Arduino and then set the user to user1, and then compile the code or upload the code, it's gonna take a while. Some warnings. And then after it compiles, it's compiling. It's gonna connect to the Wi-Fi and then start the game. So it's completed. So now it's gonna connect to the Wi-Fi. Now it's connecting to the Wi-Fi, and then now you can see we have the user that says user1, and it also shows the number of correct and incorrect questions. For this user, it's going to be 0, 0 because we just made this one. So what my code does is when you create or when you start playing with a new user that's not there, it automatically updates the table so that there's user with 0 correct and 0 incorrect numbers and total score. So now going to the game, let's say 27 club is the term used to. Okay, I saw this question before and it's true. So it says press left button for true. So I'm going to press true, and that's correct. And then the score or the correct number is incremented by 1 and incorrect number is 0. I don't know about this one. I'm just going to say true. That was incorrect. So 1 1 now, and then Japan has left hand side track. Oh, that's true. So we have 2 1. Now if you go to the website and refresh or send another query, now we have the user with 2 questions right, 1 question wrong, and then score of 1 in total. So now what we're gonna try is we're gonna go back to the code and then put a different user. We're gonna do user 2 and then upload the code. Should I go to close the serial monitor while uploading? Now it's uploading. But yeah, what we would expect to see is since user 2 was not in our database, we would expect it to create a new row in the database with 0 everything for the correct numbers, incorrect numbers, and the score. And it's connected to the Wi-Fi. And yep, there we go. Yep, 0 0 everything. So what happens is whenever I run this code, it does a get request with scoreboard as false, and then if we also print the username as a query, it basically gives us these numbers for this. And then we also do another get request just to get the questions and the answer. So let's say that was correct, and whenever I press the button, let's say this is false, it make a post request with the query called correctness is false. But and yeah, it's also gonna do that. But and when it's true, it's gonna put in the post request with the query correctness is true. So if we just do this now, if we go back to our database and then refresh the page, we have user 2 with 3 questions and 3 questions correct and incorrect. This is what we see, and then score of 0, so it's at the bottom. Now what we're gonna try is we're gonna try to go back to user 1. So if you go back to user 1, unlike the first two examples, user 1 is already in the database. So what we expect to see is on this LCD board, instead of the LCD board making a whole new user, we're gonna see a user 1 with 2 correct answers and 1 incorrect answers. So just upload it. It's connected to the Wi-Fi. Yep, there we go. 2 correct answers and 1 incorrect answers. Correct. So 2 and 2 now. And then 2 and 3 now. So it's -1 score. So if you go back to the table and make another get request, we would expect the user 1 to be at the bottom with 2 correct, 3 incorrect, and -1 as a score. Thank you.